Happy Saturday! Welcome back to another installment of Strangest Locations. Today we're going to be talking about the White House.
Well, the White House, located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., has been the official residence and workplace of every U.S. president since John Adams in the 1800s. Construction began in 1792 after George Washington chose the site, but Washington himself never lived there. Designed by James Hoban, the White House was influenced by neoclassical architecture. It was burned down by British troops during the War of 1812 and 1814 and later rebuilt. Throughout the years, it has undergone numerous renovations and expansions, including the addition of the West Wing and the Oval Office under Theodore Roosevelt. In 1902, that happened in 1902. Beyond the political significance of it, the White House has earned a reputation as one of the most haunted buildings in America. Its long history of power, tragedy, and war seems to have left behind some restless spirits. First Lady Grace Coolidge reported seeing Abraham Lincoln standing by a window in the Lincoln bedroom, gazing towards the Potomac. Winston Churchill refused to sleep in the bedroom in that bedroom after allegedly seeing him standing near the fireplace while Churchill was emerging from the bath nude and holding a cigar. So Abraham Lincoln was standing there with a cigar by the fireplace, naked, his naked ghost, and Churchill was like, well. Queen Wilhelmina of the Netherlands also reported hearing a knock on her door, opening it to see Lincoln standing there in his top hat, causing her to faint on the spot.
Was he naked then too, just in the top hat? Like, good day. Good evening, madam.
She was like, oh my. Abigail Adams, the first lady to live in the White House, has been seen carrying laundry through the East Room, which she used as a drying area. People report the smell of wet laundry and the scent of lavender in the East Room.
I like lavender.
It's also said that Andrew Jackson haunts the Rose Room, which was his bedroom. Mary Todd Lincoln claimed to have heard Jackson stomping around and swearing. Some have heard that his distinct, deep laughter echoing through the hallways. I can believe that. Andrew Jackson was like quite the man. David Burns was the man originally owned the land on which the White House was built. Staff members have reported hearing a disembodied voice saying, "I'm Mr. Burns." A White House staff member heard the voice so clearly that she thought it was her coworker, only to realize no one else was in the room.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it is. Dolly Madison is said to haunt the Rose Garden. When First Lady Ellen Wilson attempted to remove the Rose Garden, Dolly's ghost appeared and scolded the gardeners, who in turn fled and refused to continue the job. The Rose Garden remains untouched to this day.
She sounds like quite the lady.
Right? Abraham Lincoln's son Willie died of typhoid fever in the White House in 1862 at the age of 11.
Aww.
Mary Todd Lincoln held seances in the White House to contact Willie. His ghost has been seen and heard. And some staff members have reported feeling a child's hand tugging on their clothing. That's pretty sad.
It's very sad.
Many believe that the constant energy of political power combined with tragic deaths over several occupants has left a lingering spiritual imprint on the White House. From seances to echoes of footsteps and voices heard by staff and visitors, the hauntings seem to be woven into the very foundation of the building. Yeah, I think that's kind of crazy. Doing the seances is probably a bad idea because you could pull some negative energies in there as well, you know?
For sure. There's also said to be a demon cat legend that's been around since the War of 1812. The story goes that the demon cat first appeared in the White House during the time when the building was used as a storage facility for food and valuables during the War of 1812. It was said that the cat was kept there to control the rat population. Don't be mean to rats. The rat population, but the cat apparently never left. The cat is usually described as a small black kitten, probably similar to this one. But it grows in size, its eyes glow, and sometimes it can become the size of a tiger. Should be scary. Witnesses report the cat will hiss or snarl just before vanishing into thin air.
Wow.
What makes the demon cat especially eerie is that it's said to appear as a warning before major national tragedies. It was allegedly seen shortly before the assassination of both Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Multiple guards claimed to have seen the cat in the White House basement right before the stock market crash of 1929. And some claim to have spotted it before the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. Over the years, paw prints have been seen embedded in the White House's floor in the Capitol's basement. Security guards have reported feeling an unseen presence accompanied by the sound of soft footsteps or a low growl. A guard in the 1940s reportedly shot at the cat when it appeared before him, and it simply vanished before his eyes. The cat is also reportedly linked to the Capitol's crypt, a chamber beneath the rotunda where George Washington was originally supposed to be buried. Some believe the cat is a spirit protector of the nation's secrets, while others think it's a manifestation of dark energy tied to the tragedies surrounding the White House and the Capitol. Skeptics believe the demon cat legend may have originated from actual cats kept in the Capitol and the White House to control rodents. But the fact that multiple unrelated sightings across multiple decades have described the same supernatural encounter makes the story hard to dismiss entirely. The idea of a shape-shifting black cat appearing before national tragedies is some seriously bad omen energy. Now, you had brought up the seances being a bad idea, and that was in 1862 she started doing seances. So originally it was probably a cat and offspring that were there to control the rodent population. Isn't it possible that the seances brought in a dark energy that is parading as a black cat?
Well, yeah, we have at our house, we have a cat we see out of the corner of our eyes, but I don't think it's a cat. I think it's something else.
Well, it takes on different shapes and stuff. Sometimes, like when you see out of the corner of your eye, it just looks like a little black cat, but like the one we have. You can't really see her. She's just off camera. But if you get a chance to actually catch a glimpse of it, it doesn't quite look right.
No, it doesn't. I've seen it. For years I've seen this cat out of the corner of my eyes, and I finally saw it one day, and it is gnarly. It's like got its legs go the wrong direction, and it looks quite demonic. So
yeah, and it's different sizes. It becomes different sizes.
I just think it's something that's not alive that wants to like be around us, and it just like it's like, oh, I'm a cat, you know.
You have cats. You like cats. I'm a cat. Hello.
So, but how many rats did they have to have like multiple cats, you know?
Well, maybe they just had the one, and then that one like had kittens or whatever. Or,
well, they were talking like it was like they had like 12 cats in the White House, you know?
It's possible. If you think about like barns and stuff, they usually have a barn cat.
Yeah.
Or several barn cats. It depends, you know. It
was back in the day too. It
was very common to have cats to control rodent population, and it was in an area where they stored food.
Right. So. That's smart. Yeah, there you have it, the White House, ghostly. I wonder if it's still being haunted today, you know?
Well, I believe I heard recently that there's like spirits of like two former presidents, I think, that they say they see. One is Abe Lincoln, and then I'm not sure what the other one is. Was it John Adams?
Yeah. Well, they hear John Adams stomping around and being ruckus.
Apparently, he swears a lot.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
He was that type of guy, yeah.
It's a stressful job, though. I could see being in a situation where I drop a few F-bombs.
Right.
I mean, I would never do that. I'm a lady.
You are.
All right.
Well, till our next haunting.
Thanks for coming out. Bye.
Bye.
Cue music. Boom, 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 boom.